CM 365, all about Carnatic music. Musicians have always had their own fan following, and this has been there for many ages actually. Now, with the social media taking a very predominant place, we see that in the virtual aspect also, we see that there are virtual rasikas who form fan clubs, who form even what they call as addict of a musician. So there are different kinds of people who actually go about following only one particular musician. And these kind of fans actually basically I see they listen only to that particular musician and they shut their mind off to any other kind of music coming their way. In fact, some of them are so obsessed with one particular musician that they even develop some kind of an intolerance for the other kind of music. But I think personally that this does not augur well for the listener as well as for our music. Now, I feel that we have to keep our heart and mind open and immaterial of what the age of a person is, what his lineage is, or what is the style from which he comes. If there is some good element in that music, I think as Rasikas, we must learn to embrace and appreciate it. Then only I think that lends towards the overall enrichment and enlightenment of the Rasika also. And musical enrichment actually comes from expanding our vistas and not blindly running after a particular musician like a mob. In fact, we see that today, especially with the social media taking such a predominant place, we see that if a particular group of rasikas, they try to follow one musician and he becomes popular, then everybody starts following immaterial of what they understand about the music or what really they are able to find in that musician. Here, I think the role of the organizers is also very, very important because of the fact that every organizer has got a responsibility to unearth good talents. Now, here also I see that there are some organizers who go by the popularity quotient. So, if some artist is very popular, immediately they fix only that artist. That way, we also see that this limits the number of artists who are being projected, and it is becoming like a vicious circle where only a few artists always get their portion or share of limelight, and other artists we see that have been going into oblivion for want of opportunities. Here again, another aspect is that while the social media or the virtual kind of mode of projection is good for the wider reach to a greater audience, we see that the artists who are not technologically savvy people, people who are not able to adapt to the new kind of technological advances, sadly they are left behind. So actually, we see that there are more youngsters who are actually being projected today now, especially after in the post-pandemic time. I'm able to see that more of youngsters are being projected, and here I think organizers have got a great responsibility to just keep track of all that is good in music, and they should be persistent in terms of projecting that instead of just running behind artists who are just popular. Of course, I don't mean to say that popular artists do not display good quality. That's not the point here. The point is that every organizer should be able to also make that effort to bring good music to the public. And of course, finally, I would like to share that being a part of this musical journey is a great ecstasy. Now, by journey, every year, of course, not now, during this pandemic now, but otherwise, generally, as a family, we go for a vacation. I don't think all of us would like to go to the same destination year after year for our vacation. We like to explore places. We like to go to different states, different countries, see the beautiful nature here and there, and then enjoy it. So that way, I think also here in this journey that we are talking about, suppose we are going by train, that is also becoming very rare now with us taking flights for convenient purpose. But if you're going on a train journey, I should say that it is not just about the starting and the end point, but also all the beautiful stations, the sceneries, everything which come our way that we have to enjoy. So that way, I could say that as far as musicians are also concerned, we should open up our mind and we should learn to embrace different kinds of music because there is so much of good in each and every one. It's not about the age, it is not about the style, but everywhere, if we look deep, we can see that there are good aspects of music that can be absorbed by us. So, as Rasikas, I would appreciate it if you open up your minds and heart a bit more and try to listen to more number of musicians and see how they could enrich you. CM 365, all about Carnatic music.